Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Christmas song, generic Christmas song. Oh, hi. So, I'm a cat. I was seconds away from climbing into that Christmas tree and destroying it. You know, cat stuff. And I thought, it's nice out here. I might be trapped in the snow globe, which is appropriate. I could be in that snow globe down on the floor. The video's not high enough raised to see if I'm down there. You will never know. Ooh. I'm going to talk about a Christmas movie I saw. Red One, which I am deeply struggling to even remember anything about. Which, the fact that this movie is about The Rock serving as Santa Claus's bodyguard and also co-starring Captain America, the fact I'm forgetting most of it already is a damning thing about it. It's bland. It's kind of boring. It is forgettable. Which, again, The Rock, Captain America, Jameson's in here. He's Santa. I've forgotten most of the movie already. How the hell do you do that, man? On paper, this thing sounds spectacular. You've got J. Jameson as Red One, Santa Claus. He's old, but he's horrifyingly buff. Really, J.K. Simmons? Damn, this old man's in better shape than I am, and I'm half his age, I think. How old is he? I'm old, but I won't tell you exactly how old. 40 nearly. Oh god, I'm a skeleton. Old jokes. I make them a lot. Anywho, old man Santa. He's ripped. He bounces around. He's power lifting like 1,000 pounds and shit. And then you have The Rock, who is his elf, which I forgot what that stood for, but who cares? He's his bodyguard, and it's The Rock at his most swollen and boulder shaped. I looked at pictures of The Rock back in his old wrestling days in the 90s. He has doubled in size and width, and I'm like, he don't even look human anymore. He looks like Maui, and he's gonna be playing a live action Maui next year, and he's wearing a bodysuit, and he barely looks different. Whatever. Anyways, The Rock's here. He's being The Rock. The Rock, I liked him. I'm tired of him. I am incredibly tired of Mr. Rock. Mr. Boulder. Disappear for like 5 to 7 years. Don't do a damn thing. You can do maybe some voice acting. No more live action shit. No more movies for like 5 to 7 years. We are tired of you. Come back. Do something completely different than your usual shtick. Maybe do something serious. Like this worked for Jim Carrey when he took a sabbatical and then came back and did serious stuff for a while, and we only kind of cared. Do that. I don't want to see The Rock anymore for quite a while. The only Rock I want to see are the grains of sand in my litter box. Anywho, The Rock is here. He's being The Rock. And because this movie's plot is horrifyingly complicated and basic as hell, I can both summarize it, and it will sound interesting, and it manages not to be. Santa Claus is at the North Pole. The Rock is going to retire. Not because he's got a wife, he's about to die. No, he survives the whole movie, that's fine. It's just he's lost the Christmas spirit because people are terrible, which is true. I would bring up the Krampus, but there is a Krampus in this movie. I'm talking about the other Krampus from the other Krampus movie. Not the shitty Walmart one that you can see it for like $5. I mean the good one, where he's like a horrifying, like hunched over, monstrous thing in a Santa costume mask with giant goat horns, and that movie's pretty good. Krampus movie's pretty good. The good one, from the trick-or-treat people. Watch that instead. I could stop right there, but I won't, because I want you to suffer with me. Christmas is about suffering. Let's suffer together. So yeah, as you might expect from the trailer, Santa Claus with muscles, he gets kidnapped. The Rock goes, oh no, I failed my one job. Crap, I need to rescue him. How do we rescue him? Well, turns out the North Pole was found by Chris Evans, Captain America, who has, unlike The Rock, stopped ingesting every steroid that possibly get into his maw and has reduced down to a normal human being size and shape. Which is kind of weird still, honestly. He's not as skinny as he was in the early part of Captain America, but he's gone back to normal human size. I'm not used to it yet. I'm getting there, but I'm not used to it yet. Anyways, he's playing Thief Man, whose name I'm not going to bother even trying to remember, because who cares? So, The Rock and Captain America have to team up to rescue Santa Claus, which, again, on paper, sounds cool. Like, in the concepting, this sounded like a good idea. In the production history of this thing, like, there was a big bidding war between various companies to make this movie. Amazon won it. This was going to be a streaming thing, but then they changed their mind and put way more money into it, made it theatrical. So, even if this thing bombs, they don't care because it was on the books as a streaming thing, and they're already in the green because they can put it on Prime and just stream it forever. Or at least they'll delete it because streaming. Anywho, again, off topic. The Rock and Captain America have to rescue Santa Claus. Again, this is boring. There's a polar bear. He is in all the marketing, barely in it. He's in all of, 2 scenes and some background shots. He has maybe 20 lines max. Total screen time, less than 2 minutes, I'd say. Maybe less than 5 minutes, I'd say. Maybe less than 5 minutes, I'd say. And every time he's on screen, you can hear the number crunching going ting, 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 as he's expensive to be on screen. So he's not in it much, and he's not a lead character, even though the marketing has him on everything. That sucks. He's kind of hot. Big polar bear man hanging around the entire movie? That would have helped. I would have liked that. But no, it's just The Rock and Captain America pissing and moaning at each other because they're both, having a dick measuring contest because it's how your action buddy cop movie thing goes for a while. They go to Hawaii for reasons, fight snowmen for reasons. We see our villain, which is this snow witch, which is deeply boring. She has a idea for motivation that's kind of, she's kind of in the right to a degree. Like, her idea is, hey, humanity sucks. I'm going to punish everyone on the naughty list for sucking by trapping them all in magic snow globes forever. Hey, theming. This is literally the same thing Krampus does to you at the end of that movie. Spoilers. Sorry. Although, except the fact that she's going to treat any crime or naughtiness, no matter how minor, as, permanent entrapment worthy. You're jaywalking, sucking a snow globe forever. Pick your nose, going in the snow globe. Scratch your ass in public, going in the snow globe. So on and so forth. So, oh, that sucks. We can find a middle ground, the rapists and serial killers can't go in the snow globes, Santa. She's, got kind of a point with some of this shit that she wants to punish. No? Okay, we're not even gonna try to address that in this movie. This is not that kind of movie. This is The Rock and Captain America fighting CGI snowmen. Nah. And the movie detours to Krampus Land, which, alright. Krampus. Dude in a suit with prosthetic makeup. He looks good. The actor is doing his best. He doesn't have much to work with, but he's working, and he's working through pounds of makeup on his face. Krampus is kind of good. He's kind of hot. He's one of the few things that works in this turkey of a movie. And surprisingly, he gets quite a bit of time. There's enough here that if this had been reworked severely, you could have made him the third protagonist, and that would have helped a lot. Again, just The Rock and Captain America bitching at each other gets boring fast. You need a third to mediate. There's not a third, so it doesn't help. But Krampus is here. His parts are fun. There's a part where he erotically rubs The Rock's bald-ass head that I kind of like. And then we get to our finale where they fight in North Pole Christmas Land, which I'm going to give this movie some credit production-wise. Production people, the designers, the art teams, the CGI people, special effects, all that, they did their job. Production design looks good. Character design pretty good. North Pole Land looks cool. It's this weird Blade Runner, Christmas Village, New York City looking thing. It's kind of a lot, but it's a cool lot. It works. The reindeer, giant mega stags with huge glowing antlers. Cool. Krampus again. Cool. Our final boss fight on a bridge, not so cool because she looks lame. Remember that part in It 2 where that one old lady turns into like a huge Baba Yaga thing and for no reason is naked? Same thing here, but with like some tails and there's a big like rags robe over her to hide all the terribleness. So it was just like, gripey large witch lady's our final boss. Okay. Krampus shows up with his own sleigh that makes singing and fires a cannon. That's cool. I like that part. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this movie is also a Marvel superhero movie, because The Rock is Ant-Man. He has a little magic gauntlet that lets him shrinky-dink up and down and do the same bit that Ant-Man does, where he shrinks down, then resizes in mid-punch to super uppercut people and, slide under people when he's tiny and the whole shebang. I didn't really check The Rock as Scott Lang or, the other Ant-Man. Maybe Irredeemable Ant-Man. That would have been at least something. But it's just there. Captain America has no powers in this, even though they throw him around like he's a superhuman. There's a part where he crashes through like a roof of the tiki bar in Hawaii and like, oh, that man's dead. His spine has been shattered in a million pieces. No, he's fine. He walks it off. It's fine. The Rock, I believe, can be thrown through a building and walk it off. Not tiny Chris Evans when he's no longer full of super serum. Nah, he dead. He dead man. This movie has no stakes, by the way. Like, nothing matters. It's all just cartoony, G-rated stuff. Fight the bad guy, defeat the bad guy, put that guy in the snow globe, and just move on to our finale, which is required for a Christmas movie, where the part where Santa Claus has to go do the presents thing, and our protagonists have to come along and participate, although this one, not really. They just ride on the sleigh as Santa Claus does everything, and they just watch him do it, which is, on paper, sounds on paper kind of disappointing, but this is actually one of the better parts of the movie, is just our giant jacked Santa Claus old man jumping, leaping, flying around on rocket boots and like zip lines and hook shot, grappling hook things, and also shrinking and resizing with the same magic gauntlet shit to go deliver the presents, like using a pepper shaker to put tiny presents into the stockings that resizes full size. All sorts of silly, weird visual shit that I wish was in the rest of the movie, because this part's actually kind of fun. Shame is the last 2 minutes. That's this whole movie. Kind of a shame. Cool concept, a lot of money pumped into it, resulting in a big, just goose egg of a present. Like, there was money well spent, but I'm looking at this thing in my hands you gave me for Christmas, and I'm like, I'm gonna go play in the cardboard box. Not because I'm a cat, but because your present is boring. This movie is boring. It is bland. I am shocked I remember this much of it several days after I saw it. And yeah, I guess if you have small children, or just kids in general, next year, when this is on streaming, and is part of, if you happen to have Amazon, let it play in the background. You might see something visually interesting once in a while you ignore it during Christmas Day when you're opening presents and such. Maybe throw it on during Christmas dinner when no one's paying attention. It is background noise, which is depressing. But that's the meaning of Christmas. Depression. Happy holidays! Happy to say bye-bye, etc., etc. Watch and like and subscribe. Give yourself the gift of becoming a me by subscribing to my Patreon and giving me money. That's the greatest gift of all, being me. I started trying to hum the Charlie Brown Christmas music and forgot it, and I kind of went into the Who music. I don't sing much. Bye.